Okay, guys, so let's get started. You are going to need a heart box from Walmart. This was like $3. So this is cardboard, and you can use cardboard in the oven as long as it doesn't exceed 400 degrees. So we are going to and you need a small tumbler. So this is a 15-ounce tumbler. So what we are going to do is literally just mark it off right here and just put the cup on the top, and then you're just gonna use a marker if you can, and then you're literally going to take your X-Acto knife or whatever you have to cut, and then where you just marked that, cut all the way to the front, like that. Sometimes dimensional drinks sleeves are a little expensive, so this is what I'm showing you as an alternative because it's a lot cheaper and you still get the same effect, and it's literally the same width as a dimensional drinks sleeve. So you can go ahead and use cardboard. So this is just a hack that I'm sharing with you guys. Make sure you don't want it to cut all the way to the other side. We still want the other side, the back side, intact. Make sure your cup should literally fit right inside. So here we go. Okay, so now we got our cup to sit in here. You're going to want to, because we want it to sit flat, so we're gonna need to cut this like straight across like that, okay? So you put your cup as high out as you want it. So if you wanted a taller cup, then I would suggest using a 20-ounce or something like that. But I want mine to sit about right here. And so I will literally just cut, make some little slits, and cut all the way down. Make sure you don't cut diagonal because it will make you cut kind of like slanted, I guess. And then just cut it straight down, guys. Sorry, my camera is a little rocky and I'm using my new portable table. And let me know if you guys want to learn how to do epoxy tables, because I have plenty more tables in here that I could redo. So here we go. And then cut the back side off as even as you can. And there you go. So it should be able to sit up like that. So now we're gonna take the lid and then let's break off the edges of the lid. We're going to use the top part as our cover, but what we're going to do is actually like glue it. So we're gonna glue it to the front half. Uh-oh, it's a little off. Measure it and then cut your and then you should have your top piece, and you should be able to it probably won't fit exact like to the corners, which is fine, but it will still hot glue to the tumbler, and then hot glue whatever attaches to the edges, because we're going to cover this with clay anyways, oven baked clay. And I forgot one step, so you're going to take some aluminum foil, and just to hold the tumbler in place. So just I'm gonna need a little bit more than that, but I ran out, so let me go get some more. This is just so the tumbler doesn't wiggly wobbly around in there and fills up some of that space. So there, it should look like that once we glue it. Okay, so now we're going to hot glue it. So there you go. So now it should look like this, guys. It's hot glued on there. And if you'd like, which we are going to make it even like this because you don't want it. So. No. Take all the cardboard that you took off, and we're gonna use that on the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to take our clay. So this is what your cup should look like with the cardboard on it. And so now we're gonna take our clay, and if you don't have a pasta roller, usually, normally you would use a pasta roller, but I don't know where mine is at, to get the clay as smooth and as flat as possible, because you want to lay the clay on top of it like super flat. So I'm actually gonna do this part fast mode. I'm gonna do it right now to show you what I mean by flat, and then I'll speed up the video because this probably is gonna take a long time. So I actually stand up. Sorry if you hear that loud noise in the background. My husband is power washing in the backyard. So what I do, I'm standing up to do this so I can put like all my weight on the roller so that it gets as flat as I can. Roll that out. And remember too, if you're new to clay, to smooth out fingerprints or wrinkles or whatever in clay, in oven baked clay, you use 91% alcohol. So that's just a tip if you're new to using clay. So this is as flat as I think I can get it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. So this is as flat as I think it's gonna go. And then you could hot glue that piece right there. It's not necessary though. But what you're gonna do is you are going to lay it across your tumbler and then just start smoothing it into place. Literally smoothing it into place. And if it doesn't stick, you can use clay adhesive. You can get that at Michael's as well. There's like a clay adhesive that you could use, and then it dries once you put everything in the oven. But it still should work like as you're sculpting. So there's that. And so now I'm gonna speed up the video. I'm gonna do it on time lapse because it's gonna take a little bit of time. Once you cover the whole tumbler, it's gonna look funky like this. So this is when you take your 91% alcohol, spray it, and smooth out all the wrinkles. So I have my 91% alcohol in the spray bottle, so I'm gonna just spray it and then smooth it all out, and then it's ready to bake. And you're gonna bake this at 275. The clay that I use says to bake it at 275. So 275 for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then it's ready to come out, and then we'll paint. So I'm gonna do this in a time lapse as well. Okay, so now I did the alcohol. So you still have some wrinkles, but it's mostly for the edges. You want the edges to be as flat as possible. And then we're gonna go over it. Well, actually, we're gonna put it in the oven first. Oven and bake it for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on which clay brand you use. And then after you take it out the oven, we're going to use Mod Podge and glitter it. You won't see any of this, any of these imperfections. None of this will show once you apply the glitter. Trust me. Trust the process, guys. So I want you guys to literally trust the process. Trust me, guys. Trust me. No, it looks like shit, but just trust me. So now that it's fully covered, this is what we got, guys. I told you, you're not gonna see any imperfection. Trust the process, okay? Okay, guys, so now we're going to epoxy it, and this will be the final step of our part 1 video. So I use epoxy from the epoxy resin store, and I use Tumbler. It's called Tumbler's Coating Epoxy. They have many different epoxies to choose from. The only ones I've ever tried was Tumbler's Coating and General Purpose, and they both work for tumblers. So you just pick what you want. I will say that Tumbler's Coating is a little bit thicker though. So what I'm gonna do is just dip my finger and then start spreading, or I think it's better if I just pour it. And I did let this dry. I did spray it with clear spray paint so that all the glitter stays in place, even though it should have, because that's what I used to apply it. So this is the end of our part 1 video. Part 2 will be just maybe applying a decal and sanding it, or whatever else you guys may want to learn, you guys, because I'm actually going to post this today, and then you guys can comment or whatever, message me, tell me if you need help, or anything you guys want. Okay, so now it's all epoxied. I'm actually gonna hit it with a little of this glitter called OMG by Be Glittery. Also gonna mix it with a little bit of Bombshell, just because I'm extra like that. So guys, I actually decided to change the whole because once I started adding this Bombshell, I was like, ooh, that is cute. So color change, but it is okay. And I don't recommend applying chunky glitter unless you have already epoxied. So do not do this as the first step. Do a solid flat glitter like I did in the beginning, and then once you epoxy, then go ahead and apply your chunky glitter. But that is the end of our part 1, guys.